Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Sean Higgs coming at you here, a little midday money. Obviously, a little bit before noon on a Saturday because there's 145 college basketball games or something along those lines. Some NFL, hockey, NBA. If you're interested in that kind of nonsense when there's 150 basketball games, maybe you are. Maybe you are. Like, try to ring the bell here if you're watching on YouTube here, winning free picks. Say hello. Twitter, Mr. Sean Higgs. If you're in the Twitter universe, come give me a follow. Picks are posted, and right off the bat, I'm going to tell you what the picks. I'm going to throw them up here in the chat. These lines are from last night. A lot of games, so I kind of added these in ahead of time here for NBA for college hoops. So might be off a half point or so. If they are, so be it. It's listen, it's live, but it's not. I can't just sit here and just input games like that nonstop. That's not what the show's about. Link is in the comment section here. Believe got me covered. iHeartRadio, iTunes, Amazon Music, Spotify, all over the place. So come give me a follow over there. Why wouldn't you? I have yet to load up the videos here to the Believe YouTube. I don't know. We'll see going forward with that. Let's just. I don't even know how to figure out my people listening. But anyway, I'm going to run down a bunch of noon games here, and then we'll get to the conversation. So, well, not that it matters for those watching on the replay, but noon games, we're coming in about the, we'll call it around the 155 mark for the 12 o'clock games. We'll run them right. We'll run them all down here. Let's go. I'll tell you if I bet any of these. I do like St. John's, not bet. Creighton, I did bet. I did lead Northern Illinois. I got a lot. We'll talk about all the card in a little bit here. Northern Illinois I like here. Did I have Davidson written down? I think Davidson was a possible play here. I did like Nebraska. Oklahoma State I did bet. Nothing really for this Mizzou game. It's just, you don't have to. I'm just writing down for my. I put the little timestamps in there. Noon games. On a day like today, I'm going to call this my college basketball rant here. So, on a day like today, again, this will be my little rant for college basketball when there's 150-something games. And I did. I bet 20 of them about. So I'm down a lot of college hoops action. And this kind of leads into some random person message. And I don't know. Sometimes the messages come up on Twitter in the messages. Sometimes they're not there. They're in the request section. I don't know. The request section, I apologize if I haven't gotten back to people in the request section. It's a crazy thing. And there are people looking for feed pics. There's people selling crypto. A bunch of strange women are looking for a friend. But this guy, it was in my regular comments. And he's like, oh, you say you bet like 300 on these games or whatever. He's like, I bet dimes. You're not real. I'm like, listen, fella, I got 20 games today in college hoops. And normally, yeah, I say between $153 a play. And that's 300 when I say, $153. And I've said this before, since December, you're not going to get a lot of cappers say this. I'm 10 games under 500 in college basketball. Not terrible, but when you're talking about a record of 104 and 114, that juice adds up at 1.5, 110. If it's a 120 money line or 125, it adds up. You're down about 2 dimes there, and that's just on 100. So you multiply that a little bit, and that 2,000 is 4,000 or 6,000, depending on your bankroll. And as I've said before, your bankroll, you should have whatever your bet is. You should have 10 times your bet to back that up. 10 times the amount, whatever your bet. You bet 100, you back that up 10 times. Should be 100 times. Like if you're betting dimes a game, you better have a $500,000 in the bank. Really? What are you doing? And I've said this also. you're not in competition with people. I told the guy, I'm like, listen, you want to bet dimes on 20 of my games? Knock yourself out. Now, college basketball is different than, say, hockey or NBA for me. It's smaller games. NFL, listen, I mean, I have uh, 2, 3 times what I have going in college hoops today on just early NFL. I mean, we're talking, you know, 5+ figures. We got a lot of money in NFL, especially when you're hitting a good season. And as I say about writing down your plays and seeing how good you are in a sport, NFL, I know just from, listen, go to the sites last 12, 14 years on sites, I'm 54, 55%. I know how I'm going to be in NFL, and I'm going to have a winning year no matter what in NFL. So whether I'm betting 3,000, 8,000, 15,000, $50 NFL, I'll make money in NFL. That number is totally different in college basketball, totally different than Major League Baseball. Don't worry about what I bet or what you bet or somebody else bets. People, again, I see these crazy tickets, $100,000 to win on, you know, listen, I'm not betting 100 grand a game. Just not. Worry about your bankroll. And on a day where you want to bet games, and I say all the time, not that I hate saying like a tout or a handicapper or originator or, you know, you got all these names for people in the business, right? I'm a better, number one. I like to bet games. I win a little bit. It's what it is. I have a sneeze coming on, so excuse me here. God bless me. Sorry about that. I consider myself a better first. I sell picks, whatever. Doing that a long time. It's fun. I like it. But when you bet, and this is for everyday bettors, right? I'm a side kind of guy. Side total, not not doing player props and first quarters and first baskets, first fives, halves, in game. And this will go back to like bankroll kind of stuff. You need money management, discipline. A day like today, where you're going to be sitting around betting all day, uh, money management is key. And again, I got 20 games today, and I have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 19, 20, 22. I got 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. I got another like 50 games written down. There might be a couple duplicates there because I see UNLV twice. I see Kennesaw twice. You can't bet them all. You can't. And newer people, write down who you like for a day, a week. And this is where it comes down to money management. If you can't control yourself, betting's not for you. I talked about this the other day, and people are up in arms about getting a refund from a Monday night game. If you can't wait a day for a refund, should you even be betting? Should you even be betting if you can't bet a Sunday line that comes out? If you can't take, say, the Eagles -3 on a Sunday, but you're going to bet them next Sunday at -14, you got a problem. There's a slight problem here in your betting. I don't know. I just want to say that because somebody's like, oh, you know. And I said to someone in here before, someone saying someone was coming out with crazy parlays, $1,000 parlays, 3,000, $5,000 parlays. Good for you. Number one, you got money to piss away on parlays. But how much? I mean, for all you know, that could be a hedge fund cat. I say it all the time. Don't worry about somebody else's bets. I know it makes me happy. I'm competition with nobody. I'm competition with myself. That's it. Anyway, that's my little rant. Let's get to recapping. Let's do a little recap from yesterday, and it'll be a quick recap. Cal cashes in the video, 8-point dog by 22, 87 and 70 in the video, plus 665. 2-0 in the premiums. We'll take it with Cal and Sienna got it done. Still nice plus money for the season. NBA loser with the Clippers. Hi, everybody sits out again. Wonderful. Wonderful NBA sitting out, guys. 22 and 21 plus $15. Hockey winner with the Red Wings under 15 and 24 minus 130. And that's that. Today's picks, we'll run through them fast as I did. I did all the 12 o'clock games. We'll do the today's action here. We'll start it out. We'll go backwards here. NFL, Raiders hasn't moved from yesterday. We still got the Raiders in the chat here. +9, 49 to 47. We got to get the video. I don't know if we get the video on track in a month of playoffs. Maybe we'll. On the season, though, 63, 64%, number one, whatever site you're on. All the sites I'm on, even other sites that sell picks. I don't want to mention their names. No one's close to me. That's the super year I'm having there. No hockey. NBA, I'm coming in with the Jazz. Both teams back to back. Jazz has a road fave here, 1.5 over the Sixers. 20 again. We're 22 and 21 plus $15. 13 and 13 on the year, but plus 102 in our premiums. Again, 26 NBA games bet on the year, but we're plus money. And on the flip side of that, we have 440 college hoops picks, and we're plus 5+ units there, over $500. We'll take it. Quite a few games today. Let's go. Again, I ran through the 12 o'clock games for us. The only one I bet there was that Creighton game. But Bama -5.5, Tulane out of Pick'em, ECU plus 14.5, Maryland Eastern Shore, that's UMES for newbies, +9, West Virginia 1.5, Santa Clara plus 7.5. And that's it. There you go. Enjoy all the picks. We'll get to the chat. See how everybody's doing in here. Markel's in the house. Good morning. Richard here. What do you say, fella? Let's go. Yes. Best Bets Team Money. Good afternoon, good morning, and good night. Latif Mad Money's in the house. Welcome. I'm hanging in. How are you this morning or this afternoon? Or it could be nighttime. Team Money's coming in. Notre Dame plus 12.5. Minnesota plus 3 before tip-off in that one. Let's go a little ND. I don't even know where Notre Dame is. Against, North Carolina. Why not take a shot? I mean, North Carolina, not really looking to lay points with them the way they've been playing. No, thank you. And who's the other one? Minnesota against Nebraska, plus the 3.5. I understand. I don't know. Minnesota meets probably the worst Big Ten team in my eyes. Georgia money line plus 310. Tennessee alternate, whatever you want. Yeah, I thought of is Tennessee like, I think it was like an 18. I think I wrote down a Georgia somewhere here on one of my sheets. There's, on huge days, and I say it all the time, big monster days like this, you have to, and excuse me with my allergies this morning, went over to the farmer's market, and I don't know, man. There was a whole lot of, not there was a petting zoo, but of course I had to go play by the sheep, get some fresh eggs. So now I'm like, I don't know. Anyway, so days like this, Tennessee's playing South Carolina, aren't they? Playing South Carolina, Georgia. Tennessee's playing South Carolina. Georgia, who's Georgia got against Florida? Georgia's Florida, right? Yes, +8. Tennessee alternate, whatever you want. And whiskey money line. Again, I gotta look for whiskey here against Illinois as a dog. Getting back T-money. Like my initial thing for today where I go to the marquee kind of matchups of your top 25 stuff, and I look who I want to not bet on. And then I start going to my smaller conferences that I kind of like, they paid off. And then when you're breaking down the conferences, like I print out the whole rotation, but then I'll go to a site and then I'll go through conference. You have to kind of eliminate things off the bat. To handicap 147 games, I started this yesterday. I did the printout yesterday. I got my numbers, start going through them. And that's why there's 20 games I bet there's still about 30 I didn't bet and want to bet and think, oh, maybe this is a winner. If you can't leave a winner off, it could be a winner. Could be a loser too. Everybody remembers their winners. They never remember the losers. Said no strange women when you play. Yeah. You don't ever get those kind of things. I went to the because I had messages and I was responding to a person who's on board, and I had a couple other from people who follow. I guess they come automatic in your message section. But then there's like that request section, I guess. I don't know. I don't even check it out sometimes. I think I have messages and there's no messages, and then I found the message thing one day. It's just wacky. It's like, hi, I look for a friend, and then there's people selling nonsense like, hey, come do this. Just odd. I don't know. I don't get it. Why somebody worried about? I said, listen, fella. I said, I come on here, bet a lot of games. I always say, college basketball. You're betting 1,000 games, 20 at a pop, sometimes 15. Dude, at $3, I mean, 20 at $6,000 in action on a day. Now, it might be that's a lot for some people. It's not a lot for other people. That's an average bet for some people. Depends on your bankroll. Now, as I mentioned, I'm down since December. I'm down 10 games. I'm 10 games under 500. That's not terrible for the amount of games I bet, and I was up before that. But you don't sit and press your bets. You know, NFL, I'll fire away like it's like I'm at a gun range. I'll fire. I don't care what we're betting. We're betting dimes all over the place. I mean, a lot of money in NFL. NFL's been great all year. It's historically great. I know I'm good at it. But college basketball, it's you talk about. I talk about runs in NBA or college the team going on a little run. College hoops feels for me it's the same. My baskets are falling. I'm winning my half points. Then I mentioned it a couple times in here. What was it last week? 2 weeks ago? I had 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, half point, 2 point losers. I mean, again, they have those winners too. Yeah, yeah. But if you're catching everything once, you're on your college basketball goes from 54 to 59, 60%, and it's great. They start losing, and then you're down here, you're trickling around the 54%, 53% mark. I don't get it. I mean, like, good for you, fella. I mean, you got a picture of you in a Bugatti. Apparently, you got a little more money than me. I don't know. I don't got a Bugatti. Oklahoma State home dog. Why spread only 3? Um, let's pull up Okie State. I'm guessing Okie State's a home dog because Texas is a top 5 team or top 10 team. They're a home dog because Texas gave up 100 something points the other day to K State, who would take 5 games to score 110 points before. And this line was lower. I think this line opened at it too, so it's gone up. People betting on Texas to bounce back. Texas is a team I like to start the year. They got some coaching problems. No coach now. They fired him. I don't know how they respond. I got Oklahoma State myself. I like this the Cowboys there. Georgia money line 1 o'clock. Yeah, they were. I see them against Florida. I know about money line. I mean, money line dogs at home, one thing. Money line on the road, dogs. I don't know. I'd rather just lean towards more points. And if I'm bet Florida State at 3 p.m., need your thoughts. Yeah, I got Florida State. They're at the top of my little. Well, on this one page, they were right there. Take Florida State. I got a little Florida State. I thought about taking them. Yes, against Georgia Tech, did not bet them. You know, I like Florida State. And these are days it is tough to say no. Like, and I got a bunch of games, and I ran down a bunch of. I could tell you all the games I want. I mean, you want me to go through all the games I thought about betting here? Florida State, Northern Iowa, NC A&T, Florida Atlantic, Fullerton, Wagner, Mercer, UNLV, Northridge, Georgetown, A&M, Kennesaw, Sacramento State, Francis, PA. There's more. UNLV, I wrote down again. Jacksonville State, Stetson, Bakersfield, Kennesaw again, Omaha, Northridge again, Citadel, Drake, Baylor, A&M again, Delaware, Northern Illinois, LIU, Monmouth, Delaware State, South Carolina State, Lamar, Eastern Illinois, Green Bay, Central Arkansas, Alabama State, Florida A&M, Bethune-Cookman, Citadel, Bakersfield again, Omaha again, Northridge, Kennesaw, Idaho, Drake, Northern Illinois. I mean, there's a couple that almost made the cut that I'm going to bet them, but then I looked at the numbers. Radford, Campbell, and I went Asheville instead of Campbell. I got Asheville. I didn't even bet Campbell. I went the other way. Francis, New York, Francis, PA, Sacramento State, Houston Christian, Alabama A&M. I mean, some days I want to bet them all. I can't. I mean, I could bet 60 games if I wanted to. Put $100 on each, I guess. I can't. It's all right not to bet. Team money. I'm just not that big in betting. How do you lose those in the past? But I get it for sure. Oh yeah, no. Listen. Just because I have a good number doesn't mean it wins. We've had plenty of good numbers ahead of time that've lost. Hi, San Fran -4 last week. I closed at 10. I lose. Do I like having a better number than a worse number? Yeah. At least say, I had a good number. What am I going to do? On to the next day. That's why I say bet it and forget it. That's why I say, the rear view mirror is tiny. We're looking behind you, and the windshield's the whole front of the car. I can't worry about it. Tate the Great, happy Saturday. Traveling to Chi-Town today. We'll be listening. Appreciate it, Tate the Great. Have a safe trip. Team Money won't be betting Clippers rest of the year unless they are getting ridiculous sun. Yeah, I thought we'd get guys to play. No, thank you. No more reason why I don't like the NBA. Just adds to it. I'm going to lay 5 with Butler at 8:30. You're going to lay +5 with Butler. Well, isn't Seton Hall laying a 5 to Butler? So if you're laying 5, I thought Butler was playing Seton Hall. I could be wrong. I was almost positive the Hall was playing Butler at home, laying 5. So you want to reverse lay, I guess. That's interesting. At least you get a good payday on that, Marco. JK, welcome. Good to see you also. Let's see if we like an NHL today. Hockey today, and I did a quick glance. The only game I'd really look at here would be the Oilers puck line. Line moved a little bit there. So I would probably do puck line Oilers. Maybe a slight lean to Ottawa. No, that's it. Not loving the ice today. Not loving the ice. Michael, good morning. Markel, man. Last time I took BC against Duke, they got massacred. I don't know if I want to take BC again. Yeah, I thought about BC there. Just because Duke, listen, we had NC State the other day versus Duke. Nice, easy winner for us. Do you have to take it, though? Duke's off of getting embarrassed. Do you really want to run in and take BC here? Of a team that was embarrassed? I don't. Markel, do you think Patrick Mahomes gets a record today? I also want to go under in that game. Everyone betting over last game early season. Well, I'd bet the over because the Chiefs defense is terrible. And the Raiders got nothing to lose. And they got a guy at quarterback who's looking to catch on somewhere and make a mark for himself. So why not make a mark and say, hey, I came in here and put up 30 points on Kansas City. Mahomes should get the record. What's he got to throw for, 400 yards, a couple TDs? I don't know what his exact numbers are. They're probably they have a bye week next week, right? I mean, this whole nonsense flip a coin crap, I don't get. I just don't know why you leave him out there. He could get hurt or something. I got the Raiders today plus the points, Markel. Michael, what do you think here? What do you got here? Thoughts on Xavier Nova? I already bet Villanova today. I bet Villanova. I thought people would come in on Javier. So I did bet Villanova at a -1.5. -1.5 last night. 418 Music. Love Bama today. I got him. I got him at 5.5 last night. Markel, I'm saying I'm taking +5 with Butler. I didn't mean to say lay. Yeah, that's it, man. Lay off the win, Markel. Come on. You can't say you're laying +5 with Butler. I'm thinking you're switching the lines and buying alternate lines there. That game to me, I don't know how good Butler is. I don't know. And the Hall, good luck. I'll just give you a good luck on Butler. Les Myers in house. Let's see what we got here. Thoughts on Duke -9 versus BC? Kind of like BC here in the points. Bigfoot is in the corner. That's not big. That's the little guy from Star Wars. The guy who gets Luke in Empire. But the Duke game, I just mentioned real fast there. You're off an embarrassment. I understand people want to take BC. They're not the same Duke team. It would be Duke or nothing for me. Dave's in the house. I like over 52.5 at Tennessee plus 6.5. and Kansas -2. Over 52.5. I'm guessing. Is that the Raider game? Tennessee in the points. Kansas -2 in college hoops. I don't like Kansas -2 in college hoops. Let me pull that game up right now. Do I have West Virginia in the chat? I don't know if I have West Virginia in the chat. I have West Virginia. So I don't like Kansas there. Tennessee in a 6.5. I don't know. This team was 7-3. They've lost every game since. Now, uh, now they turn on like I always say it all the time. The team will flip the switch and get good or something. Now they're gonna be good now with a practice squad guy from another team. T Money, Southern Illinois today, just loaded it down. Best bet of the day, in my opinion. To keep it easy and simple, they should be laying at 2.5. I do like the Salukis. I'm not going to talk you off the Salukis. That's my Missouri Valley team. I like them and Drake. Markel said he didn't even fire one up yet. Michael, NFL got Raiders first half 6.5, a full game plus 250. Raiders 5-1-1 ATS first half at home. They blow leads. That's what they do. Take them first half. Dave, my NBA pick Dallas Mavericks full game and Kings in the NBA. Mavs versus New Orleans. Mavs off of that Celtic game. I get it. Okay, I understand that. And the Kings, who's Sacramento gets the Lakers. Lakers big win last night, and now they're 8.5 point dogs. Yes, everybody will bet the Lakers get 8.5 points because they saw them win yesterday and think they're something special. Arizona team total over. Don't even know what it is, but I'll pull for you. Looking over in the Kings game against the Lakers. I think the Lakers after a good game are flat. K-State versus Baylor. I like Baylor here, believe it or not. I like Baylor. I think everybody's betting K-State. I'm going to say let's go opposite in this matchup and take some Baylor Bear action. You have K-State off a huge win, 116 points. You beat Kansas, top 2, top 3 team, whatever they are. Sure. And then you have Baylor with 2 straight losses. What could possibly be wrong taking Kansas State? They're really good. I'm going to go opposite there. I'm going to go opposite. Arizona 5 o'clock. Or 5 o'clock doesn't help on the board. I need a number, but I'll find them. I'll go to the other. I'll go to the other page. Pull up some Pac-12. We'll get a rotation number, and away we go for 742. 13.5 last night. Minus 150 hasn't really moved here. Do I really want to lay Markel? I'm going to tell you to lay 13.5. Lakers don't play defense. Kings up and down. That's why I like the Kings tonight. Give me the Kings there, Markel, over the Lakers. Michigan State minus 3.5. Yeah, I saw that yesterday. I kind of like Sparty. I'm not a Michigan guy. No, thank you, Michigan. Give me Spartans. Team money. K-State money line seems like a trap, but I'll take the points and money line. Baylor probably wins. Young Baylor team. I can see them losing down the stretch. Should be a 2-3 point game either way. Yeah, the line is high, which is why I say I gotta. I'm not going to fall for it. You're not going to fall for the banana and tailpipe? No, we're not going to fall for the banana and tailpipe. We're going to take Baylor and lay the money. Lay the 6. I think Baylor could win by 6. Yes. I think they win by 10. I'm all over the King. Just hope the public's jumping more on the Lakers. James, yes, people are going to be on the Lakers. Lakers get 8.5. They just won last night. Look at us. Who would have thought? Lakers win. Who would have thought? Not me. Les Myers, can the Jags Titans get over the total of 40? Chewbacca. No Chewbacca. That is the whatever that abominable snowman was in I do have a original Chewbacca. I'm not going to bust out my Star Wars from 78. I think it gets over to 40, yes. I think it gets over. You got desperate teams here. Winning in. So I'll go over that 40. And I say this less. You see these 38s, 39, 40s, and the NFL's been an under. And here's another little rant for today here with the NFL, with the mediocrity in the league and the totals. You got so many backup quarterbacks playing, right? You got backups all over the place. From to start the year, throughout the year, bad quarterback play. I mean, you would come into the season and say that Rodgers, Brady, I mean, maybe Matt Ryan, he thinks they have a bad year. Uh, Play as bad as they have been. Dak gets hurt. Um, I mean, the Niners quarterback situation, I didn't like Landon, and Garoppolo gets hurt. Stafford goes out. If you thought Baker would be good, or I mean, the quarterback play has been pathetic. Now that being said, bad quarterbacks, defense is gonna make a short field. It seems low. I think they should get over by accident sometimes. I mean, the Jaguars are going to score. They just would they put up a 40 on these guys last time? Not they could put up 40 today, but they kind of know this defense a little bit. I'd be shocked at a 27-20 kind of game here. 24-20. Is it going to be a surprise? That doesn't surprise me at all. Give me the over. James says Charleston getting up for this game, leaning Delaware. Yes, I mentioned Delaware. I thought I said Delaware in one of my who I thought about betting today. I thought I had them written down somewhere. I have so many sheets of who I want to bet today. I like Delaware. Blue Hens today. Let's go. ECU. I already bet ECU. I got them at 14.5. Not Memphis, right? James says, isn't Brady still a top 5 QB in the NFL? No, he's not a top 5 quarterback right now. What are you talking about? What planet are you on? He's a top 5 quarterback. The team averages 16 points a game. He's a top 5 quarterback? Please. I mean, it's Burrow, Allen, Mahomes, and I know Hurts is injured. I'd still put him up there. I can't put Brady in that spot. No. I mean, right now, I mean, as bad as Dak's been playing, I'd still have. Well, we're gonna find out because Dak will be a 3-point favorite next week against Tampa Bay. Top 5. I mean, it might be. It is kind of tough. I'm trying to think of guys who I could throw in here. Oh no, Philip Rivers. Not Philip Rivers. Justin Herbert from the Chargers. There you go. There's 5 guys better than Brady. T-Money. Allen hasn't shown anything yet. He's not won anything, but I do like the kid. No, he hasn't won anything. As a lot of guys haven't won anything. But does the guy put up numbers? He's going to put up points. He's going to keep you in the game. And that's not the question. The question is if Brady's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL right now. No, he's if you think he's a top 5 quarterback, have you seen the offense? I mean, give me Allen over him. Come on. Michael, thoughts on the Don's Loyola Marymount? I bet Loyola Marymount. I bet Marymount just this morning, minus 120. San Fran off that big Gonzaga game. I totally forgot to bet San Fran too the other night. James says, and again, the NFL quarterback position is not all that to write home about. It's terrible. NFL quarterbacks right now are horrendous. I mean, let's go. Jets, quarterback problems. Miami, quarterback problem. You got quarterback problem because you got a guy who can't stay healthy, not because you have a mess like you have in the Jets. Patriots quarterback. People like Mac Jones. You think Mac Jones is the answer? Steelers with a rookie quarterback. Lamar's hurt. Otherwise, he'd be a solid quarterback. Deshaun Watson, if he gets back to what he was 2 years ago, he's a good NFL quarterback. He puts the points on the board. You have Joe Burrow's obviously good. I mean, who else are we missing? Russell Wilson looks like he's at the tail end of his career unless he rebounds next year. I don't know. Obviously, Herbert and Mahomes are solid. Carr, I didn't think was a bad guy. I think he's just got a bad coach. I think Dak's okay. I think Hurts is okay. Daniel Jones, I think he's just a typical QB in NFL now. He's not a superstar. He's not horrendous. Uh, Redskins got some quarterback issues. They don't have quarterback. I don't know. Justin Fields, is he an answer? We know Kirk Cousins is good. I'll take Kirk Cousins as a top 5, top 10 quarterback. The numbers don't lie. He puts it up. I don't care if he wins or loses. It's about being a good quarterback. I mean, the NFC South. Let's go through those quarterbacks. You got a rookie in Atlanta. Carolina, what are they doing? Tampa Bay, Tom Brady's leaving. Where's Tom Brady going? He going to the Colts next year? Going to the Jets? Going to San Fran? Where's he going? How about the Rams? Stafford going to retire? That's a whole nother show. Maybe that'll be tomorrow's show. NFL quarterbacks. T-Money, Dak's average quarterback. He's superstar. Tom Brady's average. He's really good, but he's got a good offensive line. He's got a couple Hall of Famers on the line. He's got solid running backs. And well, right now he's only got one receiver. I mean, Gallup's, I guess, working his way back, but he makes mistakes. When he had really good guys around him, he looked awesome. Brady's top 5 playoff QB. Listen, if it's a Brady, and I can't see. Here's the thing: I say something about Brady. It's like, what are you talking about? The guy's awesome, and the guy finds a way to win. Yes, he finds a way to win, but that's because the defense gives up 10 points a game, and he's got to come in and work his magic with 2 minutes down, and he makes a couple plays, and he's 16 for 28 with a touchdown, and he gets a win. I mean, this isn't. I'm not betting Brady next week. I'm betting the Cowboys next week. I'm not betting on Brady. Go ahead, take Jake George Brady. I can't. Go ahead, enjoy Tom Brady. I'm not going to enjoy him. Money. We just saw one man at 80 lead 2 great comebacks went to make the playoffs. And who's he playing? He's playing Carolina. I mean, what the heck, really? So Carolina's a great team now. The guy's still he's under 500 for the season. The team is under 500. They're under 500. I mean, what? Stop it. Go ahead. Bet all your money on Tampa Bay. See how well that works out this postseason. Doesn't matter. Joe Burrow and Mahomes are the 2 best quarterbacks in the NFL. Allen will be a Super Bowl QB at best. I think Allen could be right on par with both of these guys. I mean, he needs to get to a Super Bowl. And let me tell you what, if the Bills win this, is he not as good as Mahomes? Because Mahomes only got 1 Super Bowl, right? He's won 1. Let's be honest, huge Dolphin fan, so I'm going to bet the Jets. Can't lose. Thoughts on the game? Yeah, if you bet the Jets, that automatically means your Dolphins win and you're in the playoffs, right? I like Miami. I bet Miami. T-Money, Cousins, top 5 what? It's about wins and losses. Isn't a top 5 quarterback. Team stat could be for the... Listen, Cousins' numbers are what they are. The guy's a top 5. The last couple of years, he's up there in TD passes with all the big guys you mentioned. I know he doesn't win a primetime game. But if you want regular season wins, he gets you there. And if you're not taking Kirk Cousins over 20 of these other quarterbacks, well, I mean, you got 20 guys to take over Kirk Cousins? Short of your Mahomes, Allen, Burrows, Herbert, who are you taking? You're taking Brady right now over him? You taking Matt Stafford, Jared Goff, Rodgers? I think Rodgers got another year or 2 left in him. We could play with this a lot of different ways we could play with this kind of stuff. T-Money, Dak won't ever win a championship. Well, the Cowboys won't win a championship because they got a terrible head coach and a worse owner GM. T-Money, Dak's gonna let me down next week. I think Brady and the Bucks look awful this year, but Dak in a big game, he always lets fans down. And this is where I disagree. And this is where it comes to having a crappy coach, where you let Aaron Rodgers have time on the clock to come down and score. Like, this is the problem with Dallas. And not just Dallas. I'm sure everybody's team could say this. Like, you get a lead on a team late, and then here comes the defense with their prevent defense, and they prevent you from winning because not only do they can't give up field goal, no, they give up a touchdown instead. That's the problem here. I mean, I saw Dallas lose to Brady in the first week with a backup quarterback, 3 offensive linemen missing, and 1 wide receiver who's on the NFL roster the year before. Sylvester, what do we got here? Good afternoon. Thoughts on Wisconsin and the Illini? Let's pull up some Big 12 action. What did I say? Big. I said big. I've said Big 12 because I was looking at the Kansas State game we were talking about the other day. Okay, so uh, Illinois whiskey here. Boy, this line's a 7.5 right now. 628. What was this last night? This was a 6.5. So it's gone up, and people are betting whiskey. I'm going to have to lean on the Illini with this line move. James S. Look at Braves numbers. He's up there with those youngsters. Numbers don't lie. You're out of here. Hold on a second. Now I got to go find Tom Brady this year. Player stats. Tom Brady. 24 touchdowns, 9 picks. 8-8 record. All right. Let's see what we got for Mr. Josh Allen. 32 touchdowns, 13 picks. He's got another 7 on the ground. Let's go. How about Kirk Cousins? Got 28 touchdowns, 14 picks. He's up there with Mahomes, huh? Mahomes with 40 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Mahomes has thrown a couple picks this year for sure. And who's the last guy he's better than? He's as good as? We'll bring up Herbert. Yeah, Herbert's numbers aren't that great. 23-10. Again, he's got a terrible coach like Tampa Bay's got a terrible coach. B-Hawk coming in Mavericks under the 225 today. I could do under there. I don't like this New Orleans team, and Dallas again off a bad game. You think they kind of D up. Marcos, what's up, Higgs? Hit the like button for you. Thoughts on Tennessee and the Jags? I like the over here. It's 40. Lamar's better than Cousins, says Team Money. Yeah, but where's he been all year? He's hurt. I take Rodgers over Dak and Cousins hands down in playoffs. Hey, again, Team Money, we're talking. I'm talking about just this year and how Tampa Bay's looked bad. Number one. Do I like Lamar? I think he's a great quarterback. You see how this team scored more than 16 points once in the last 7 games. He's been hurt. So yeah, he's good. Cousins, could they have won 12 games without him? I don't know. Aaron Rodgers speaks for himself. The guy's an MVP. Did you talk ECU Delaware? I like ECU and Delaware, James. James again. Tom Brady's best quarterback. NFL numbers don't lie. How is he the best quarterback? Are you talking about his career? I mean, I'm talking about this year with this team that he's on, a team that's terrible. How can you say he's the best quarterback? Mahomes got 40 touchdowns. This guy has 24. I mean, what are we talking about here? Please, I'm not saying the guy's not awesome. I'm saying this year the team is bad. Come on, James. Oh, here we go. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about right now this year. Tampa, Tom Brady is not the best quarterback in the NFL right now. How do you say that? Stop it. Stop. Bama, Tulane, ECU, Maryland, Eastern Shore, West Virginia, Santa Clara, college hoops picks in the chat. Fernando's in the house, my guy. How are you? Wisconsin and the points? No, I like Illinois. Hofstra, here we go. There's not helping. Here we go. I got to find Hofstra somewhere. Oh, yeah. Where we got to go? Off to the CAA. Off to the CAA for Hofstra. Who's Hofstra got? William and Mary. I would lean on the tribe with William and Mary. TCU in the Big 12. Who's TCU got against Iowa State? I do kind of like TCU here. Did not bet it. Would not bet this game. Mississippi State versus Ole Miss. No opinion on. I guess I kind of lean a little there with home team. If you want to bet it, I guess you have to. I don't know. Me, it's a no go. To the A10 in Fordham. against St. Joe's. Give me St. Joe's here. Why does this line come down? 644. This line dropped a half a point. It's dropped a full point. You know I'm got to go opposite there. I'm got to take St. Joe's. And Seattle out of the West Coast. Where's Seattle got here? Where's Seattle? Where the heck is Seattle? Why can't I find Seattle here? Who's Seattle playing West here? 2:00 Seattle? Where is Seattle? I gotta go my time order sheet here to find Seattle. I don't know who Seattle's got. Someone's got to help me on Seattle. Tennessee to cover big. Boy, I like the other side of that. I like South Carolina. It was 18. I don't know what's that now. Team one this year, I got you. Brady's not the best. Yes, he's not the best this year. We can't have this comment until after the playoffs, so Brady sells earn that anyone can have a good or bad season. Again, we're talking quarterbacks right now this season. Tampa Bay is a crap team. They've been injured all year. They haven't been good all year. How many times have we faded Tampa Bay? Are they back because they had 2 late touchdowns against Carolina with a backup? Carolina with who fired their head coach, who got rid of their number 1 receiver, who got rid of their number 1 borderline. People think McCaffrey's a Hall of Fame kind of guy. And you had Sam Darnold quarterback, and you were down. You were down. Yeah, if Brady is the best ever and the best this year, and you think he's awesome, Tampa Bay's good, you better come back against Sam Darnold and the Carolina Panthers in a game that you win and you win the division. I mean, get the hell out of here. Stop it, Team Money. You're going to get you're going to get a timeout. Georgia, Florida, I would lean Georgia, Marcos. Corenzo, not much. Just having a usual Saturday convo, a lot of college hoops. Seattle, Texas, Arlington. Why can't I find this game? Here we go. I got him. 687. Actually, I knew Arlington. I went right to Arlington in the whack. I'm like, where the heck are these guys? Seattle's in the whack now? I forgot. What do we got here? 688, 680. So Seattle was a 2.5-point favorite last night. It's right around this number. You know what? You want to take Seattle? Sure. I'll take Seattle with you. James, I have to pull over this conversation. I'm driving. It's getting heated. I mean, really, with this freaking Brady crap, get out of here. Tampa Bay's garbage. Garbage. Are there? Where are the? I can't wait for the early lines to come up for look ahead lines tomorrow. Team Money coming in. Charlotte just fired on. They can win against Florida Atlantic. Why is that? That line was at 10, I believe. That line was at 10. Why was that line so high? All right, 646. Was this a 10 last night? It was a 9.5. I like Florida Atlantic. Like, I see a big number like that, Team Money, and I'm wondering why. It's no different when it's like the Kansas laying 1 on the road to an unranked team. Like, it looks so easy to just take Kansas there. And, of course, Kansas is going to lose today, like every team in this kind of spot does. And then you have a game like this where you see, again, it was 9.5, and you look at a team like, well, Charlotte's 11-4. What the heck's going on here? This is a good team. I mean, 10-5 ATS. Well, Florida Atlantic's 10-1 ATS. Last year they played games. Florida Atlantic by 5, Florida Atlantic by 30, Charlotte by 3, Atlantic by 13. That was in overtime. You scroll down, you look at the numbers, and you know why I saw this, and why I would say no, forget about it, just being 9.5. I looked at like the rebounds per game, and Florida Atlantic's at like 37, and the 49ers here are at like 29. That's how you win games by 10 points. T-Money probably should lose by 5 or 6. I don't know. That line looks odd. Give me the Owls. Best bet team, Florida Atlantic and Charlotte are the same team, so the home team either way 5 or 6. I don't think they're the same team. I mean, I just read you their rebounding numbers. That's a huge discrepancy. All right, North Carolina pulling away here. I did like Northern Illinois early. They're down by 9. I like Davidson, they're down by 10. I like Nebraska, they're up. St. Johnny's are up. Of course, I didn't play them. Creighton down by 3, getting an 8. I'll take it. Texas out to an early 4-point lead. Brady almost has 5,000 yards for a crappy team. Exactly. That's what happens when your team's down and you're losing. That's called the prevent defense. Like, you're losing the game. Go ahead, throw all over the field. We don't care. We're beating you by 2 touchdowns. There you go. Eat it up. Eat it up, Tom. Pad those stats. Stat pad. You're like Stats Padford of the the Rams now. There you go. Stats Padford. Pad those stats, baby. Pat Stanford. We'll call him Tom Statsford. 4,600 yards. So he's going to throw for 5,000 yards. I mean, I get it. He's got a bunch of yardage. 4,600. Big number. Play for a bad team. You're down. You got to throw the ball all over the place. Why Jets Dolphins moved to 3? Is Tua playing all of a sudden? Tua is out. The Jets are playing Flacco. This line went from, I remember, this line was Jets -1 when White was supposed to quarterback, and it was a maybe Teddy plays, who knows. Then Teddy's out. It goes to the Jets as a favorite. Then it's like, here comes Skylar Thompson as a rookie for Miami, and then the Jets are going with Joe Flacco. That's why the lines moved. Fernando, Dallas has never beat Brady. Born and raised at H-Town. My Texan fan and my family are all Niners fan. Yes, Texans aren't very good. I know this. Listen, the Texans, I fell for Davis Mills last year, coming in strong at the end of the year. When Tampa beats Dallas next week, I won't say I was right. I'll be here. I'll be here for that. Do you love the Bama play? I mean, college basketball is tough to love when you bet 20 games and you're like 50. I bet it. I'm happy. Hopefully it wins. T-Money seems the value on TCU football has gone down to plus 360, open at $8. Money line gone fast. Yeah, well, everybody's got to bet the money line, right? I mean, if you're betting TCU, you're going to put $100 on them thinking they got a shot to win. So the money line value is gone because everybody's betting the money line thinking they win. I don't know about this game. I like the over. I think the over's. I haven't bet it. I did this with Ross Benjamin yesterday. I could see this going. Again, if you like TCU, just bet the money line. I don't think it'll be a close. They either win or it's not going to be close. The Georgia run game, right? If Georgia's worried about the defense that hasn't shown up the last 2 weeks, they're going to want to kind of keep that offense or the defense off the field, which is going to be, we're going to run the ball. That's not TCU's strong point. So they're going to turn out some points there. And again, I could see this, even running the ball, I could see Georgia kind of putting up some points. Like third, fourth quarter, these guys are going to wear down, and all of a sudden your 10-point game is going to turn into like a 28-point game because they're going to have a couple big, huge runs, and that's that. James S. talking about Brady and his own individual, but if we're talking teams, then yeah, Brady's definitely not one of them. That's what I'm talking about. We're talking about the playoffs here and this season of bad NFL football. If you think Brady's been good this year, or Aaron Rodgers has been good, or Matt Ryan, or Dak, or all the backup quarterbacks that are in here, I mean, how could you come here and say that? Scoring is down across the board. What is that from? Why is scoring down in a league that doesn't even want to run the ball anymore, right? Who needs running backs? It's all about throwing the ball all over the field. But yet, totals have dropped by like 4 points this year. I mean, hope everybody has a good day, blessed day. Time to watch some basketball. There you go, James. Have a good one. T-Money, I agree with you. TCU as receivers to give Georgia fits. Yeah. I think Georgia's going to want to run the ball, but that's a strength for them. And that's a weakness for TCU. And TCU gives up points. I mean, go Their lowest scoring game is a 10-7, whatever that was, 17-7 versus Texas. That's their anomaly. That's their anomaly. Georgia's anomaly was giving up 30 to LSU versus a backup quarterback, which, again, that was totally in control of. Let's be honest. You get some garbage yardage in that game to make that what it was. You give up a bunch of points to Ohio State. I'm not really mad at you. Yeah, I had Georgia. I had the over. I could if Georgia gets a stop somewhere along the last drive there in the second half, in the fourth quarter, maybe they cover that game. I don't mind giving up points at. You go through all the other games of Georgia, they weren't giving up points. They weren't giving up points to Tennessee. Uh, so I look at their outlier as the Ohio State game. Forget the LSU game. I don't. That's a blowout, and I don't mind that. Ohio State game. That is an outlier versus a guy who's a NFL draft pick and wide receivers who are NFL draft picks. Whereas the TCU outlier, they have one outlier where the defense showed up. I like Louisiana Tech versus UTEP. I like UTEP less. I like UTEP today. And I have a bunch of games I liked, did not bet. Now I have to go to my who's this on? My YouTube channel here to find out where the spammers are coming in from. And you know what? I want to report it as terrorism, but somehow I don't want them showing up and asking me questions like, "Oh, why are terrorists coming to your page?" But, team money coming in. TCU wins 38-33 or lose 45-17. That's what I think. It's either going to be something close where TCU wins or it's a 20-point win for the Bulldogs. Rob Franklin's in the house. Good morning. Georgia's going to blow them out, says Fernando. I kind of tend to agree with that. TCU and the over. Definitely an over. The TCU one I'm torn on. I don't know what I'm doing on the side yet. Don't know yet. Georgia Southern -2. Who's he got here? Georgia Southern. Oh, Rob, you come in at the end of the show and you just throw out stuff here without even any. You can't even help me. You can't even help me on a day there's 147 games. Just throw out a team and a number. Against Old Dominion here. 678. Where's that over here? Here we go. This was a pick 'em last night. 1.5 now. I want to lean on Old Dominion. Fernando, thoughts on Duke? I think Duke. I think they cover it. We had NC State the other day. They crushed them. I think this is a bounce back spot. I can't tell you to bet. Who's at Boston College today? Put times on your questions. Hey, seriously, times. I mean, if we're gonna come in these games, give me a time. Give me something. Give me a rotation number. Give me the team they're playing. Give me the line you have. I took Duke, Fernando. Yeah, I would go for Fernando. I'd side with you on Duke. I did not bet this game. 20 others I got on, like a sick SOB, but I stayed away from this one. Bonnie's +9 versus St. Louis. I'm a Billiken guy, Rob. This one here, let me see if I could find it first glance. Otherwise, I got to go and find it. Rotation number. Where is this at? St. Louis. 710 page. Flip this over. Still 8.5. All right, so this was 8.5 to 9. I got this right around 9. You want to take the Bonnies? I'm not going to say no. Team money. I look at this Georgia team would have lost last year, but Bama's best fight I got hurt. Same with Ohio State. Now TCU is the best receiver in the country, so that's only right. How can you say they would have lost last year? They didn't. They won. They won, and they're going to be, if they win here, they're back-to-back national champs. I want to talk about how Ohio State, Michigan, when they this great expanded playoffs, are we going to have like four teams from the Big Ten in here? We're going to have Penn State in here as well, because honestly, why not more Big 12 teams? TCU in the national championship game. I can't wait for those discussions. St. John's is rolling. I knew I should have bet the Johnnies. T money is coming. Take the pen out. Charlotte +8.5 and St. Louis. We both make it official. Is that SI? Is that St. Louis you like? Hold on. Where's my other? All right. T money. Charlotte plus 8.5. I don't know what the other one is. I'm guessing that's St. Louis. We'll see. Here we go. There we got it. I bet East Carolina 14.5. Rob, ECU Memphis. Is Kansas a trap? Listen, I don't know if you talk about like is that the right word, like trap games or fishy lines. I don't know what the right word is for it. I see. I have Oklahoma State today, right? They got Oklahoma or West Virginia. Who they play? West Virginia, right? Oklahoma State, somebody else. West Virginia. Oklahoma State is the Texas game. So yeah, when I see this kind of stuff, and I know they say, well, they don't make trap lines or this and that, and I think the verbiage is based on the public and average people are going to come in and be like, well, I'm taking Kansas today. They're a top 5 team and they only got to win by a point. They're better. Right. I mean, I bet West Virginia. I got West Virginia plus 1.5 last night. Anytime I see those, call them whatever they are. I don't know. It's the line is the line is the line. We can put a name to it. Looks too easy to me. I'm going opposite. I'll always go opposite. And I know over the course of a basketball season, I'm going to have 50 of these games, and I'm going to go 35 and 15 on them or something. I'm going to hit in 55 plus percent over the course of the season, and I'll bet them every time. 637 Williamton, NCW. Who we got here? I like NCA&T. It was 6 last night. I should have bet him. It's come down. A&T, baby. T-Money, Southern Illinois. Okay, Southern Illinois. Well, I like the Salukis with you. I am a Saluki guy. T-Money's coming in at MI at minus 115. Who's this? Who's MI? Is it Michigan? What is this? Don't know what that is. Rob Franklin. Drexel under the 130. I got, nothing has not moved in that game. I'll say just under because Monmouth is so bad. Neil Williams. Good morning. Trap at 2023. Bucks -4. I'm hammering a dog crap out of the Falcons. Well, here we go. Here's the thing. The Bucks aren't favored here. The Bucks are an underdog. Is this line flipped, Neil? Because Atlanta was favored before. They were a pick 'em to an 8-point fave. So I don't know if the Bucks are +4. They're not favored. They're the underdog. Tampa Bay is the underdog here. Rob Franklin, VMI plus 16.5. Where's this at? Against who they got? Chattanooga? I like the Mox. We're Moxing group, but this number here is right on point for me. 15, 16. You want to take VMI? I'll say okay to you, and good luck. Did not bet it. Too much. Sorry, I'm saying the money line for Southern Illinois is at 115. Okay. Yeah, come on. Help me out here. I have no idea what we're doing. T-Money, Atlanta is favored. Yes. Yes. My bad. +4 is a trap. Well, at +8, I have Atlanta at a pick 'em. At +8, I thought about, and it was when we were talking, look at lines, it was 8. I'm like, I think we got to think about taking Tampa Bay at +8. 4, again, even this still looks a little, I'll put the fishies up here in our quotes. What's his name says that Brady's playing. And this is a spot. I talk about how bad Tampa Bay's been all year. They've been banged up all year. Do you play these guys who've been hurt? God forbid someone comes up lame. Or do you want them to get some reps because they haven't played all year? Did they play them a half here? They got a game next week. And here we go. On top of this, +6 for Atlanta, or +4 for the Tampa versus Atlanta. The quarterback for them hasn't even thrown a touchdown this year. He hasn't thrown a touchdown in his 4 games or whatever. Just crazy. It's Atlanta or nothing. Again, everyone, square average people would be like, I'm taking Tampa Bay. This is, I don't know. I can't. I'm the other side. Fernando, I think Drexel covers. I'm not on Drexel today. I don't think. Where is Drexel? against Monmouth. 14 points here. They should cover because Monmouth is a bad club. Rob Franklin's coming to Hawaii, Fullerton. I like Cal State, Fullerton, not taking Hawaii on the mainland. Team money. He won't play the whole team Tampa first half. Yeah, first half probably, right? Yeah, I don't think he plays the whole game, team money. Team money is Brady's 108 years old. He shouldn't play the second half. I understand that the whole team's been banged up and you want to kind of get a little rhythm. You can't risk that. And New Williams, they're not slick. Bucks only playing the stars for a few series or half. Well, what's his name said they were going to play him. That's what Bowles said. I mean, I got Atlanta, so I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping. Again, when I bet ahead of time, I'm trying to think what I think will happen with the coaches' things. And I can't see them even thinking about running out Brady or Evans or any of these guys for a series or more. Like, you just went through a 8-8 season. You've looked bad. You've been banged up. How are you going to go out and play these guys right now? It's not like they're, 25 years old. Like Tom Brady's not some young buck. Like how do you? He's throwing the ball into the dirt all over the place. I'm with you on Atlanta. It just Marcos, thoughts on G-Town Marquette? I like Georgetown. And as 17. I like Marquette as a little dog. You give me him at home as a little feisty home dog. You give me on the road 4 points, I'll take him. 17, not interested. Not interested. That is not Shaka Smart basketball. I need him as a dog. T-Money. Backups for Tampa may show up and get it done. Maybe. I mean, we're betting on Kyle Trask, the future of Tampa Bay. I mean, I'd throw him out there because he's your quarterback next year. Brady ain't coming back here. Cortez, Tennessee versus the Jags. Over. Get that over, baby. Rob Franklin, 7-16 Boise moneyline at home versus Utah State. This should be a good game here. It's is it? I thought Boise was a 2.5 point fave. I want to lean Aggies, but I do like Boise. I might actually watch this game. I don't know if we'll see. Maybe we'll get some in-game play on this one, Rob. Who knows? Rob's also at North Texas 2.5. 119 total. Is that North Texas? Why do I thought North Texas was on this side? What is it? 758. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'll ride with you at North Texas, Rob. There's so many games, and I hate not having something to say about everything. But I can't. If I didn't bet it, I don't want to say talk people out of stuff. There's games I didn't bet that I looked at. I could say, well, this is why I kind of didn't like it. But Neil, I'm saying what you're saying. That's why I'm hammering the dog. Okay, you're hammering the Falcons. I say, well, it's whatever. Yeah, it's just such a weird line. Like at Pick'em, right? What do I have the Falcons? I got the Falcons minus 115 the other day. And then I think we did look at lines. It shot out to an 8, which is ridiculous. Like an 8. Even a 4, it's a ridiculous number. But I had to take it because it's so ridiculous. T-Money, Georgetown, the king of disappointment. They are. They're just terrible. They do find ways. Forget about covering. Yeah. I don't know what they're doing down in Georgetown. Fernando. Yes. Maybe we'll get maybe we'll do next weekend. What are you doing next Sunday for the games? See, the problem is, Fernando, I'll do the show and I finish up around 1, and then I'm going out to do, what time I'm getting there? I'm going there for second half of the games, 3 o'clock. Actually, you know what? Maybe they'll have 3 o'clock games. They won't have 1 and 4. Is it? When did they move them to 3 and 6? Is that the divisional round? I forget. Definitely. Let's set something up. I'm actually heading out today. I got to run down to Memorial. I got to return some Christmas stuff for the kids. They don't want some clothes. I got to head down to the mall. Rob, love the college basketball card. I do too, Rob. I mean, I bet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 college basketball games. And I got another, I think I ran down 40 before you came into the show of games I wanted to bet. Stetson, Rob Franklin. I kind of like Stetson. Wow, it's -3. This was a pick 'em. I knew I should have bet him. Stetson was +1 last night. Stetson was plus points last night. Where's my Stetson line? 643. They were plus a point last night. Dumb. Should have grabbed them. Now they're -3. Next Sunday. All right, let's look at the schedules, see what time the games are, and we'll go get some wings. T-Money, Minnesota looking good, and Notre Dame down 15, hoping for a backdoor cover. Anything's possible. You're getting double digits there. And who's Minnesota got? Nebraska? Get it. 2-0 to start today. Fernando's got about 12 games today. And again, comes down to the money management, folks. You're going to bet a lot of games. And I'm for betting a lot of games. I'm a bettor at heart. All right? You don't have to bet everything crazy. Everybody's got a different bankroll. 10 a game, 25. Could be $1 game. I don't know what you guys got. I mean, some people have been 1,000 in these games, 12 games. I don't know. Neil, toss 100 on Raiders +9. Yes, we got the Raiders in the chat. Raiders in the chat. Stidham is a guy. What's he got? He's playing with house money. He's looking for a contract somewhere. And the Chiefs, dude, they don't cover. Go look at the Chiefs ATS number. I'm bringing it up real fast, and then we're gonna roll out of here. Let's see. How about 171 ATS last 9 overall? That was just randomly here, just on what I know for a fact they're worse than that. I know for a fact they're probably doubly worse than that. Rob Franklin, Central Michigan, 631 here. Who do you got? Versus Eastern in a pick'em? I don't see a game like that. I just bypass it. Did not jump off the board either way. All right. Listen, for me, Bama, Tulane, ECU, Maryland Eastern Shores, UMES, for those out there who don't know, West Virginia, Santa Clara, no hockey, Jazz in the NBA, and the Raiders in NFL. All right. Again, in the comments, I'm going to throw up the link to the Believe Show. If you're on any kind of podcasting network, whatever you watch on, give it a follow. You don't have to listen to it today. I don't, you watch the show live, but I don't know, just subscribe. I got to figure out if people are subscribed to this thing. I don't know, but that's it. I'm out here back Sunday. Good luck to